Everything is awesome. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Xerath Prevails. Folks, we have all the new kits. I'm putting out 2 different videos for this because Starkiller gets his own video, because why wouldn't he get his own? But Mara is also worthy of her own video, kind of. She's really good. She's interesting. I don't know. I don't think we're going to be able to use her at 3 stars, but she'll be interesting eventually, I guess. And the biggest question right now, of course, is does she go with Starkiller or does she actually get to go with Emperor? I'm just not sure. There's some interesting things going on with her kit. There's also an Omicron released for, not just for Mara, she's Territory Wars, but we also have Omicrons for Ewoks, which is GAC, and we have the Omicron for Sidious, which everyone has been waiting for because a lot of people have him Relic 7 because he was an unlock requirement, and at Relic 7 it would be nice to get a little bit back from our investment, so we're going to check that out. All of it, going to look at Mara's kit and why is she so jaded, Mara? Why do you have a yellow? Gosh, I know my colors too, guys. I know my shapes and my colors. Thank you very much. I've been working on them with my 3-year-old, in fact. So that being said, why does she have a purple lightsaber? That was actually the very first thing my 3-year-old noticed. He said, "Why does she have a purple lightsaber?" I noticed that right away, which means that he knows his colors too. So so far we are even. That being said, let's jump into the kits. I do want to remind you guys, if you want to support the channel for free, all you have to do is hit that thumbs up button or comment in the comment area. We're trying to mount the algorithm, and guys, we are growing at such a rapid pace right now. We're trying to get up to 9k subs by the end of December. That will be super cool, and the stretch goal being 10k. If we keep growing this quickly and maybe just a tiny bit more than we have been at a little bit higher of a rate, we might be able to get to 10k. It's been significant, and I appreciate all of you. So please tell your friends to hit that sub button. We're trying to mount the algorithm. We can't do it alone, and 10k by the end of the year would be nothing less than miraculous. So I'm going to get us to the actual browser here. Whoa! Oh, wait, we're just in the browser. Okay, let's do this, guys. So first off, she's a little less awesome looking on this art for whatever reason. Also, I keep thinking her scarf is a person. It's kind of like a reverse Voldemort kind of thing, like he's living on the front of her neck or something. It's awkward, but she's Mara Jade, man. She's awesome. I am so excited. She is an Empire character. She is Disufu, and this is exactly what I wanted. I didn't want the light side Luke's wife madness. I wanted the Emperor's hand, and that's what we got. And I have to say, I predicted every single thing about her, at least in terms of what her alignment was going to be, what she was going to, like, who she was going to try to buff and everything. I don't know. I'm interested to see how this all goes. So first off, we have she specifically, it says she boosts her own power and supports Emperor Palpatine. Yay. And in theory, I really like the idea of her going with Palpatine, but once you get Starkiller, you basically just have to put her, I don't know, with Starkiller maybe? We'll see. So basic, calculated shot. So it deals special damage to target enemy twice and inflicts daze. So daze, we've been getting a lot of daze in this game. And I've also, if you guys noticed, there's a ton of characters lately who deal damage multiple times for their abilities. So for her, she deals damage twice. For a lot of these characters, like Fennec, deals damage 5 times with her basic. A ton of these characters deal it multiple times. Starkiller also does, and it's something worth noting. I'm not really sure exactly what's happening, but for whatever reason, that's a mechanic they're going for, and it's worth just looking at. So we also have If Emperor Palpatine is the leader, he assists if it's Mara Jade's turn. So this is a basic. So if she gets called to assist, then he does not. If she's called to assist and he's the lead, he doesn't assist when she's called to assist. So I guess that's good. Otherwise, a random ally assists with useful pawn, blah, blah, blah. Ultimate Predator. She's giving Darth Talon a run for her money on high jump. Does she kind of look like, what's her name? Jessica Rabbit? Is that her name? Just from behind? I don't know. It kind of seems like it. You guys can let me know. All right. So the next one, her high jump skills, her Darth Talon wannabe-ness. Dispel all debuffs, or all buffs, and inflict stun and vulnerable for 1 turn. I wish that they would clarify some of that language sometimes. So this dispel all buffs, if they have foresight, will that just not dispel, or will it dispel? Does it dispel before she does damage? Does it dispel at what point? Because the language is never clear. Some characters say dispel all buffs first, and then it doesn't actually happen. Like Bo-Katan, I feel like, does that on her kit. It says like dispel all buffs, and you think it is, but if they have foresight, it doesn't dispel. Like she does physical damage first, then it dispels. I don't know. It's frustrating. Maybe I'm just reading it wrong. But then, so after you dispel all the buffs and everything, then deal special damage. So maybe in this case, it really is just dispel the buffs. That would be a useful thing to have in your animation, though. I feel like don't put the damage numbers, but do put the buffs and everything down just to see the order of operations. Then deal special damage and inflict tenacity down for a turn. This deal does extra damage to shocked enemies and Jedi, double damage. So I wonder if they're shocked and they're Jedi, if it's gonna do extra as well, like another stack of like triple damage. So this one is her thing that she's like, you know what? I'm not just going to be like Darth Talon. I'm also going to be like Bastila Shan Fallen, in the sense that I'm going to put all these debuffs on all these characters. So she's inflicting offense down, shock, and stagger for 2 turns. And this is a 4-turn cooldown. So she gains all this turn meter for it. The interesting thing is if Palpatine is the lead, so she gains stealth, that's pretty cool. But then she gains 1.25% turn meter for each debuff inflicted by this ability, which in 3v3 is less awesome. It's more, I don't know, it's underwhelming. It would be nice if it was approaching more whelming, but she, like 1.25% turn meter for all of these debuffs inflicted if she actually hits. So it doesn't look like this can absolutely be evaded and stuff, but if it does hit, she's going to be gaining in 5v5 like a 15% turn meter, which doesn't sound like much until you realize that under Palpatine lead, she will actually gain a bunch of extra turn meter, because all the inflicted debuffs will actually just give her enough turn meter to go next. So this would be more like it deals special damage, and then it would be something more like I don't know, it's like it gives you functionality against a Grievous squad, because she's gaining all this turn meter from Palpatine and then just a little extra turn meter. So if you're fighting Grievous and you do all these debuffs, then maybe B2 would get 100% turn meter, but she'd be able to outrace him. I don't know, that seems like a little bit of a stretch to me. I'm just not sure why you're getting all this extra turn meter, just like a very small amount, 15% at most. And then Palpatine also gains 15%, so that's fine. And then, let's see, so the unique Emperor's Hand. If Emperor Palpatine is in the lead, then so this is like a bonus leadership, kind of. So if he's in the lead, then all the Empire and Sith allies also, in addition to all the other things that Palpatine would give, they also get plus 20% offense and potency. Otherwise, all the dark side allies gain useful pawn until the end of the encounter. So with Starkiller, that's actually going to be interesting. Like, if she goes with Starkiller, she's going to give him useful pawn. It's kind of weird. Which can't be copied or dispelled. She gains all these different things for each ally with useful pawns, so she's getting stronger. The team overall might be getting stronger, but she would weaken him a little bit, Starkiller. So I'm not convinced that she goes with Starkiller. At the start of Mara Jade and per Palpatine's turn, she gains loyal hand stacks of hands. Which, I mean, that's really the whole series is just an accumulation of just random hands. Like, how many someone's out there just collecting all the various appendages that have been liberated over the course of the movies, and that's what this reminds me of instead of loyal hand. I don't know, guys. So, and then I love that she just screws Jedi Knight Luke just in case she's fighting him. She's just like, you know what, F you, Jedi Luke, you can't operate. She blinds him at the start of her turn every single time, which is fun. Now, useful pawn, it debuffs them, not by much though. Crit chance, crit damage, and offense, -5%. I mean, it's not that big, which is what she said. Loyal hand, she gains all these different things. Max protection. We've been getting this max protection thing with Sith, which I'm wondering if Darth Talon and Mara Jade they're going to be going on a different team, because they keep getting mechanics to add extra max health, and there's no obvious mechanic to regrow that protection. So you gain all this max protection, but how do you use it? It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Like, she can get 200% max protection, but if she does that and she doesn't have a way to regrow that protection, what does that mean? What does that actually do for you? I'm not sure. That it feels like that's one to look at. Like, the plus offense is obvious enough, but I feel like the max protection thing is maybe a predecessor for some other kit, or maybe a game mode that gets you more healing or something. I don't know. Some way to get your max protection back, though, because otherwise, what else in an Empire team would be able to get your protection back? Like, I guess like Thrawn could regrow it some. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. And then in Territory Wars, she screws over General Skywalker, so that's kind of fun. Now, she looks good. She doesn't look like she's must-have immediately, though we'll have to see what her damage modifiers are and her overall stats and her speed. I mean, there's a ton of different variables, so we'll have to stay tuned for that. Let's look at the two new Omicron abilities, though. First, we'll do the one that is less interesting to me because it's a Territory War ability, and it is just this. So while in Territory Wars, you have to have his Zeta, of course, and that's fine. A lot of people have applied it because the unlock mission it used to be pretty tough. I don't know if it got nerfed or what. Also, as a side note, I thought it was funny that Ultra is a mod now. She's kind of a troll, so I don't know. No shade on her. She's a force of nature at this point to me, but she definitely got banned from my Twitch channel, as far as I know. I think that was her anyways, because of trolling. So it's fun to see a moderator as in playing that role. Anyways, Darth Sidious recovers 20% of his max health, blah, 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 while in Territory Wars. So this is his unique. While in Territory Wars, at the start of the battle, Sith allies gain max health equal to half of his potency until the first time he's defeated. And so Galactic Legends don't get that, which is kind of funny. And then when Darth Sidious uses Demoralizing Blows, which is his AoE, the cooldown of the ability is reduced by 1 for each other Sith ally, and Darth Sidious gains 50 speed for 4 turns. So you can really ramp up your damage with him, or ramp up your speed. You can get plus 200 speed. And let's see. So so let's see, the Demoralizing Blows, that's his AoE. It does damage over time, it inflicts expose, does additional damage over time on a crit, and the cooldown is 4, so essentially you can just spam Demoralizing Blows. You could just do that every time because the cooldown's reduced every time if he's with a full Sith squad. I don't know, I don't care, frankly. I just don't care. It's Territory Wars. There are a million Omicrons to apply right now, and this isn't one that really captures my attention or imagination. He's just, it's okay. Eventually maybe we'll apply it. I don't care because I'm going to be putting it on Dad Bod. If I'm going to put one on Territory War character, it'll be on Boba, not on him. Now, Chirpa is a different story, guys. So, the thing about the Ewoks is people underestimate them all the time. You guys have heard me rant about it all the time, or at least discuss it a little bit. And so in Grand Arena, all Ewok allies have 30 speed. That is huge for Paploo because he needs that extra speed to go first, and he can be really fast. This is really interesting to me. So Grand Arena, he gets 30 speed. Ewok allies deal an additional 40% more damage with basic abilities. And so I don't care about the damage necessarily. They already do like almost no damage, but that extra it'll add up. But then an additional 40% chance to call an Ewok ally to assist when using a special ability. So when they use a special ability, it goes up to 100% chance to call an Ewok to assist. And whenever an Ewok assists, then or whenever they do a basic attack, then they get, they gain 20% turn meter and deal 10% more damage whenever they perform a basic attack. And so their turn meter train is just going to be really crazy. And I am just very interested in this, folks. I think my alt is probably either my alt or my Prevail Man account will be getting this. So we'll have to see. This is obviously going to be way better if you have Gear 12 or Gear 13. But man, this is actually something that could make a huge impact and could be a really good team on offense or on defense. It's pretty cool, guys. This is very good. This is very good. In my opinion, it's pretty simple. It's pretty basic. A lot of people are going to be disappointed, but I think this is good. This seems like just what Ewoks would love to have, and we'll see. We'll see how this goes. I think there's a high likelihood that I place it on either my alt or Prevail Man. So we'll see how it goes, as I keep saying. But otherwise, folks, what do you think of the kits? I would love to hear what your thoughts are. I'm going to let you go because I have to record a Star Killer video as well. So look for that one. I don't know if I'm going to stagger their releases. If I do, it'll only be by about an hour or so. So if you watch this immediately, then look out for Star Killer within an hour or so. Probably just stagger them within, 10 minutes or so. I've never really done it this way before, but let's call it good, folks. Thank you all so much for watching. Remember to hit that like button and sub and do all that stuff. And remember, wow, that was an awkward transition. Thank you all so much for watching. And remember that in all things, Zareth prevails.